get started, open Beyond Labz. Select the appropriate worksheet for your activity. I'm going to look at heat of combustion of sugar. Go back to the Launchpad, select Labz, and open the Beyond Labz virtual activity. So here we need to determine the mass of the sample. We also have a temperature versus time plot and a calorimeter menu. And in case you need to bring up the plot and the temperature menu, just click on the display on the calorimeter and then on the graph in the menu that opens. Zoom in to determine the mass of the sample, write it down. Then you can assemble your apparatus by double-clicking on all the components. Notice there's a save button on the plot, but more importantly on the calorimeter menu. Push save in order to begin saving the data. You do need a plateau before you ignite your bomb. Once you ignite, you can accelerate your experiment and you can see that the plot begins to change shape. It's really important that you save a snapshot of the plot before the temperature plot readjusts and you can no longer see the initial plateau. Go to your lab notebook. You can see the snapshot you took, and you can also access the data of the experiment. By scrolling up and down, you can find the appropriate temperature points. Look for when the temperature begins to change. The temperature before that is your initial temperature. At the end, look for when the temperature stops changing. Averaging those points will give you the final temperature. You can copy the data and paste it into an Excel worksheet. It's already selected, so you can insert an XY scatter plot. I prefer just the dots. If you hover over the points you're interested in, the Y coordinate will give you the temperature values. You can also hover over the final points. Another way to determine the final and the initial temperatures is by averaging the appropriate ranges. This is the most accurate method. So select the points you want to average, click on a cell, type in equals, then average. The function will autofill for you. Select the points, press enter, and you have your average initial temperature. Scroll to the bottom, try to determine when the temperature begins to plateau. So you'll see that the temperature kind of rises and drops, and you can average a few of the final points as well. I think a good range would be from the very end to about 26.715 in this case. And thus you have the final average temperature. And that's how you find the temperatures for your experiment.